So you're thinking about starting a business with someone? It's a pretty exciting idea, right? But it's also a journey, one with a whole lot of financial twists and turns. Today, we're going to map out that entire life cycle, from that first light bulb moment all the way to the final handshake. Let's dive in.
It's a massive step. And the truth is, a lot of partnerships don't fail because the idea was bad. They fail because of disagreements about money. So it doesn't matter if you're just sketching out a business plan or you're a seasoned entrepreneur, getting the financial side locked down from day one is, well, it's everything.
Okay, so what is a partnership really? I mean, it's more than just a couple of people deciding to work together. It's a formal business structure where you pool your resources. We're talking cash, property, skills, you name it, to build something. And here's the most important part. You're in it together. For the profits, yes, but also for the risks.
So here's the game plan for today. We're going to walk through the entire life cycle of a partnership. We'll start with the absolute basics, then we'll get into the non-negotiable partnership agreement. After that, we'll talk about the fun part, the money, how you make it, and maybe the not-so-fun part, how you split it. Then we'll get into the nitty-gritty of keeping the books. And finally, what happens when it's time to call it a day.
All right, first things first, let's talk about the different flavors of partnerships you can choose from. And believe me, this is a huge decision you have to make right at the start. Why? Because the type you pick has a direct impact on how much personal risk you're taking on and how much control you actually have over the business.
This table really lays it all out. A general partnership is kind of the default. You're all in with equal power and, importantly, equal risk. Then you've got a limited partnership, which is perfect if you need investors who want to put in money but don't want to be involved in the day-to-day. And then there's the LLP, the limited liability partnership. This is a real game changer for professionals like lawyers or accountants because it protects you if your partner makes a huge mistake. So the question becomes, which one of these fits what you're trying to build?
Okay, so you've landed on the right partnership type. What's next? Well, now it's time to create the partnership agreement. I want you to think of this document as the actual blueprint for your entire business. And trust me on this one, you absolutely do not want to skip this step. And this slide, wow, it just says it all, doesn't it? A handshake feels good. It feels like you're on the same page. But it will not help you when things get complicated. You have to get everything spelled out in a solid written agreement.
So what exactly goes into this super important document? Well, you've got to ask some tough questions right up front. Who's bringing what to the table? Is it cash? Is it property? Is it just pure expertise? How are we going to split the profits and the losses? Who gets the final say when you disagree? Getting clear answers to these questions now will save you a world of pain later on.
Now for the part everyone wants to talk about, the money. Figuring out how you're going to slice up the profits is easily one of the biggest, most crucial decisions you'll make. Get it right, and everyone's happy. Get it wrong, and it can tear the whole thing apart.
So, how do you do it? How do you split the pie? Well, you could go for an equal split, 50-50, nice and simple. Or you could tie the profit share directly to how much cash each partner puts in at the beginning. The more you invest, the bigger your piece of the pie. There's no single right answer here. It's all about what you and your partners agree is fair.
And this chart gives you a super simple visual. Partner A puts in 70% of the money, they get 70% of the profits. Partner B puts in 30%, they get 30%. It's pretty straightforward.
But hey, it's not always just about who put in the most cash at the start, right? What if one of you is the sales guru who brings in a massive new client? You can actually write special allocations into your agreement to reward that extra hustle. It's all about making the profit split flexible so it reflects what's really happening in the business. Okay, you've got all this money coming in and going out. How in the world do you keep track of it all? That, my friends, is where bookkeeping comes in. Think of it as the official scoreboard for your business. Without it, you're not just guessing, you're flying completely blind.
Seriously, if you take away just one thing from our chat today, please let it be this. You have to record everything. Every single dollar that comes in, every single dollar that goes out. No exceptions. It sounds tedious, I know, but if you don't, you're setting yourself up for a potential disaster.
Your accounting journal is so much more than a bunch of numbers. It's the financial story of your business. It's where you track who invested what, all your sales, all your expenses. This journal becomes the bedrock for your tax returns, your financial reports to a bank, and even how you'll split things up if you ever decide to close the business down the road.
And that brings us to the end of the road. Look, not all partnerships last forever, and that's okay. But when it is time to move on, you need a clear, orderly plan. That plan is called dissolution.
So why do partnerships end?
Well, it could be for any number of reasons. Maybe one partner wants to retire or just move on. Maybe, sadly, the business isn't making it. Or maybe you've had an amazing run and you're all ready to cash out and celebrate. Whatever the reason, you have to follow the process when you're closing up shop.
And here's how that works. There's a very specific 3-step process. And listen, the order here is absolutely crucial. Step 1, figure out what everything is worth, your assets. Step 2, pay off all your debts. You have to pay your creditors before you pay yourselves. And only then, step 3, do you distribute whatever is left to the partners. Get that order wrong, and you could find yourself in a world of legal trouble.
So, what's the big takeaway from all this? It's pretty simple, really. A successful partnership isn't just about a great idea. It's built on a clear, solid financial framework that guides you from the very first day to the very last. It's what keeps you and your partner on the same page, and it's what keeps you out of trouble. And all of this leaves us with a really interesting question. We've spent this whole time talking about rules, agreements, and numbers, but we all know a great partnership is also built on trust and a good relationship. So I'll leave you with this. What do you think is ultimately more important? The airtight contract or the human connection? It's something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.